on her way to go meet Zed about something.
And so because I don't know where they are, I'll probably text to be like, you up? No. Can we talk?
You
You up? Yeah, they would respond. They are probably sitting in their room, probably sulking a little bit because they spoke to dolphins, which was cool, but also they're just not. This isn't their wheelhouse, their skill sets. So they're just like, just a little bit uncomfortable.
Funny.
Yeah, but also much like Jason, not a fan of the water.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you were the one that helped them to. They couldn't.
That's right.
You pulled me out of the water.
There we go. It's all coming back to me now. So I will go ahead and go to them and sit next to them wherever they're. Are they on a bed?
Mm-hmm.
Are they sulking in bed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, first of all, you look sad.
This was not exactly the ideal job situation I was envisioning when Casper told us what we would be doing. So it's a little bit it's just different, I guess, than what I was anticipating. It's a lot more water than I was also anticipating.
Yeah. I don't dislike water, but I don't like it either.
Yeah. I never got acclimated to it.
Where the hell would you get acclimated to it around here?
Right. Yeah, right. I'm all right. I'll figure it out. I'm fine. How was that whole excursion for you though? Do you seem to enjoy it a bit?
Yeah, that was great because I got to shoot stuff. I didn't do as much shooting as I would have liked, but I got some good shots in. Speaking of, so I don't know how we want to approach this conversation, but I wanted to. What are we?
I will assume that you are not being general and you're being why do you ask?
Well, partially because I think it's good for us to know what we're doing. And partially because I don't want to overstep boundaries that you have.
Oh, okay. What do you think this is?
Are you deflecting that back onto me because you don't
No.
know you don't have an answer yet?
No, maybe.
I don't know. That's the problem. I mean, I've told you that it's hard for me to let anybody get close to me because inevitably they will be put in danger as a direct result of me.
Right, and I shared something similar.
But also, you know secrets about me.
Right. I don't know. To be honest, I hadn't really thought about it too much. And when I tried to think about it, I didn't want to because that would mean that I had to think about all the options, including the options of it not happening anymore. And that's not, You know, I do. I like you a lot. Just a whole lot. I do. And I don't know. I don't want things to end. I don't.
Are they?
No. Are they? I don't.
No.
I'm in this. It feels.
Okay. Well, first of all, take a breath. We don't have to decide anything right now. I'm asking because Meredith asked me to go down for a drink. Madison. You know what? Lux would probably have. She would have.
Yeah, fair.
The hot lady with the gun asked me to go have a drink with her. But if that's going to make you feel uncomfortable or unsafe or any number of other things, then I'm not going to do it.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. Have I ever lied about anything? Other than
your
my
name,
entire backstory, but you know. Excuse you.
Well, I think that it's still in a kind of an amorphous space, so it's not. I'm definitely it. You do what you want to do. I think it's really sweet that you were thinking of me though, in that way. Am I making any sense? I feel like I'm not making any sense.
Like you are and you're not, but that's okay.
I am fine if you want to be embraced in the bosom of a very beautiful woman.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry. My cat was what?
If you want to face plant in some very beautiful breasticles, you go for it.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
And you're okay with that?
Listen, there's something that person has that I cannot supply, so by all means, just if that is what, you know. We're still figuring things out, so until we get it really figured out, I mean, like, it's all right, I guess. I'm all right with it.
Okay. Well, you tell me if you're not.
Yeah,
Like if that changes.
Yeah. I'll tell you. If it changes in the next 3 minutes, I'll tell you. And if it changes in the next hour, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Lux, you get a on your agent.
I don't check it just yet. I'm not an idiot. So, okay. So we're everything. This is
yeah,
fine.
go get a drink. Yeah. I mean, we can reevaluate when we're not engaged in ocean warfare.
And if it turns into more than a drink, you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still figuring things out, so yeah.
Okay. I will take your word for it. And then Lux will, with Zed's permission, lean in for a kiss and a hug, and then she'll take off.
I would return it.
You check your text.
Is it Mary?
Madison.
Megan.
It's definitely a down blouse or a down wetsuit shot of Madison just going
like
like
halfway
this.
Unzipped.
Yeah, and it just says, "Don't keep a girl waiting."
I run. I run in my platform boots.
Safe.
Up I go.
So safe.
Meanwhile, I want to say, because that was in the bunkers, it's not like you all have your own rooms and everything like that. Based on what happened at the end of last session, Kip and Kells are probably in that exact same room. probably within earshot of that conversation, but Kip isn't paying attention because Kip is crying into a pillow.
Kip is crying into my shoulder. I'm like petting him, and I can't hear anything because he's weeping loudly. Oh, come on, man! It happens. It happens to everyone.
It doesn't have a lip.
Right there. Just pet his metal skull.
Oh, but he kind of just like plops over the side.
I look to see if actual tears come out of his weird eyes.
Isn't that a great question? I don't have an answer.
I like look and then it cuts away.
Jason, you said you were jacking into it, like basically you were jacking in the library, and, just because you wanted to learn more about the facility or things about net running in ocean warfare or anything like that. Is there anything in specific you wanted to look for?
I guess first the history of the building or the facility.
I want to say you find nothing interesting. It is the only, I guess, vaguely interesting thing you can find out is that this was not always a military training facility. It's only been recently turned into one. You learn that Team 11 isn't always military, like they haven't actually been. Basically, it seems like for the longest time, OTEC was just a technology and ocean tech company. But then within the past like year and a half, turned into more of a military operation as time went on. And a lot of the people like Team 11, they're mostly just researchers and just like they were part of a division that like handled conflicts, but like not on like a grand warfare scale or anything like that.
Okay. I guess I'm also going to start just searching out of pure paranoia, like surviving underwater. What to do in emergencies.
That's a different game. You can't do that here. No, I'm just kidding. So you're just like looking up basic survival and ocean stuff. Everything you find it's kind of like diagnosing yourself using WebMD. Everything you find terrifies you about it even more.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what I was thinking. After that, I'm just gonna like run away from the terminal and try to find something to eat and like just eat in a corner, just like.
Sounds good. We'll probably cut back to you guys. Micah, you're back at Beacon Apartments. You didn't actually make the trip out to the OTEC thing. You and Jed are still there, but you do have an open ticket to go to the OTEC training facility. Basically, they've updated you. They're keeping you updated on what's happening with your crew. A lot of like you just get like a lot of ticker marks and timestamps of like, oh, here's what they did, here's how well they did. But they also give you options of things that you're able to pick. And this, I want to say, is you don't do you have cyber eyes? Probably not, right? Okay. This is sent to your computer then in your workshop. So you basically, it's not like you're getting this live feed. You're just like getting it whenever you decide to check your computer and stuff. Okay. So I want to say it's pretty late at night, probably early morning by this point. A good time to buy Japanese candies off the internet, apparently. Yeah. And you get a thing saying that you have options at OTEC training if you are interested in specializing in certain areas, and the areas that you can specialize in are sea vehicle tech, underwater weaponry, net running, or what was the demolitions in tech, but in parentheses it puts engineering.
I'm gonna go sea vehicles.
Sea vehicles, interesting. All right. So you like send a reply back to say sea vehicles, and they just basically send a confirmation and like serial code number and everything like that. You aren't terribly sure what it means. And they ask, they basically send you a couple of like times to pick for a helicopter to pick you up.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
And I want to say that's what you do back at Beacon Apartments. So then we cut back to, it's still nighttime at OTEC training facility. Everybody's kind of off shift now, so a lot of them are taking advantage of all the recreational things that are on site. Lux, you're probably hanging out with Madison at the bar, which is also kind of the restaurant where Jason is probably hanging out. If you would like, there are things you could do stuff tonight, or we could cut to the next morning.
I mean, there's plenty of things I'd like to do, but
Fade to black.
but it doesn't further the narrative at all.
Let me just cue up my saxophone music.
I'm probably just packing, explaining everything to Abby and being like, I don't know. Apparently, I have all the options were for tomorrow. I'm sorry.
I think Zed would sit in the same spot for about 45 minutes and then would stand up and go out. Zed has no idea where Lux is going. So Zed is going to go to where they think that they would be going. Because she said that they were getting a drink. So Zed would go to like look to see if Lux actually is hanging out with her and like how flirty they're getting. It's not going to interject because like that's
Weird.
but essentially wants to like be unseen, but then see like, okay, it's fine. And it is like this isn't a line that you're crossing with Zed or anything like that. For a player standpoint, Zed is just like trying to figure out if they're okay with it. They're just like, they're not sure where they're feeling, so they're just kind of looking and being like, okay.
Almost to kind of take you out of your thoughts, somebody kind of like nudges like your elbow.
It's a cat. Cat nudges your elbow.
Somebody just kind of like nudges your elbow, and there's like, hey, you were you Dolphin at War Games earlier today?
Yeah, that was me. And you are.
He kind of it takes his shot that he had in his hand, slams it down on the table, and he just goes, "Rawr!" I was a shark. I was other team. Yeah.
Oh,
Gavin.
oh.
My name's Gavin Capelli. Just nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. My name's Zed Baptic. You said that was Gavin? Is that
Gavin.
right?
Yeah, Gavin. He's a pretty handsome man, Middle Eastern, and he's got like a goatee kind of look and shaved head. You can tell he's more military. He kind of he considers what he's wearing to be casual, but all it is he's unbuttoned his shirt a little bit. Like he's still a very professional looking person. He is military, but you can tell he is not a combatant. He's more of a backstage tech kind of guy that does things from the shadows. Like Commander Shark for ocean warfare. He's just like, so you ever work with animal agents before? Is this your first time? You did pretty well today.
I have never done something like that before in my life. I didn't even think it was actually possible. Yeah, they didn't really give me much instruction when I jump into that. Metaphorically speaking, I did not in fact jump in to that. Have you been doing that a while? You seem to do it. I mean, it seemed pretty effortless.
I've done things similar. I'm in the military and I work with drones mostly. And it turns out a shark is a lot closer to a drone, just a lot more ferocious, it turns out. But yeah, no, animal agents, I haven't even heard of them until I came here. Like, I think that's something secret that OTEC's working on or something. So that's news to me, but it's pretty exciting to say the least. Yeah. It's really interesting. I don't think people would see it coming. They'd probably see it on a radar and just be like, that's a shark. And then next thing they know, he makes that joke again.
How do you fit? Do you typically spend most of your time out of the water, or what's your water to not water ratio?
It depends. If I'm, I want to say usually we're part of a submarine crew or something like that. So yeah, if you're commanding ocean animals, you probably need to be in the ocean a little bit, you know. But it's a combination of that. I mean, I haven't personally. I'm just telling you what I do from a drone commanding standpoint. Again, this is the first time I've worked with an animal agent. This is brand new to me, but like, Sometimes you could do it from the platform, kind of like what we did at the war game and stuff. It just really kind of depends on the situation, you know?
Right. Zed will kind of lean in. But what if you cannot swim?
Submarines can swim.
Right. What if the submarine does not do very well? As
you
in
have
it.
a lot bigger problems than not being able to swim, then. And he kind of like snaps, and then 2 shots show up, one for you and one for him. Eh? The first day? Or second day, I guess. He kind of said, what corporate war was it?
I don't know. The time is a little bit odd right now, but to now.
I feel like last session everyone was saying that the 3rd corporate war fucked up the oceans, but it turns out I think it was the 2nd corporate war. He takes a shot.
It's an odd timeline that you have.
Yeah, maybe everyone's drunk. He slams the thing down.
Yeah. Do you know what actually is going on? They're pulling a lot of people out of these places to.
Oh, I don't know what the big thing
why
is.
are there so many cats in this place? They're just.
I think they keep cats on. It's something about catfish. I don't know. It's a big pun they have going around here. I don't know what their big plan is. They haven't really told us about that. I'm just here to fill a spot. It sounds like I'm protecting. What's it called? Some base. Yeah, I can't remember. I've had enough. He kind of pushes his shot over a little bit. I'm good. Yeah, no, I'm just protecting a base. It sounds like it's gonna be pretty easy.
Yeah. I don't know. It just kind of concerns me that they're pulling all these important people off to do some big something or other. And
well, I mean, I kind of figured this was going to happen. I've been paying attention to the usual IHAG shit, you know? It's just, they've been kind of hit pretty bad by Sino and Arasaka and stuff like that. So I figured at some point they were going to hit back just as hard. So it just seems like it's going to happen. This is it. Like, they're done holding their punches. I mean, I know Amanda Russell just said she wants to see an end to the violence. But I think it was all just a big ruse, and I think everybody involved knows that.
Well, maybe she wants to see an end to the violence by inciting very heavy violence, and then making everybody else stop the violence.
Or she wants to...
The cat says hello!
Or she wants to cover her ass and make it look like an accident, or an outside source. That's happened already 3 times, I think. There was an oil field Sino owned that got blown up. I mean, OTEC said that they had nothing to do with it, but like, you don't. It could have been anybody. I bet you $10 or 10 eddies. We know the lore.
we know it, y'all.
We know the shit. I swear to God.
Yeah, I don't know. It's exhausting trying to keep track of all these giant corpos and their petty wars and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they're just the flavor of the year, it seems like. In 3 more years, I bet you it'll be some other big corpo that goes to war. It's just, you know, they started something a few years back, and just corporal war after corporal war. It's just, I mean, it gives us it puts us in business, I guess. What can I say?
Yeah, that is true.
He tries to drink out of his shot glass he already finished. He's like, yeah,
whatever. Yeah, well, I hope I don't have to fight you again.
No,
I hope
we're
your
on the
shock
same
is
team
okay.
now.
Okay, well, that's comforting. Maybe we can tag team Shark and Dolphin.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got like 5 more days of this stuff, so I'm sure I'll see you around. And he kind of like cheers with his empty shot glass and tips it over, puts it down on the table, and he's like, "Adios."
Goodbye. I imagine there's this moment Zed like looks over to where Lux was, and they're just gone.
Yeah, they're gone. They're totally gone.
Yeah.
Their clothes are still there, though. No, just kidding.
Whoa!
Oh, jeez. No.
I think they would. Jason is still here, right?
He's
Are
he's
you here?
probably in the restaurant somewhere. Like the empty restaurant portion of the bar. Like everybody's at the bar.
I'm going around to the tables that have food left over on them and just eating them.
I would wave Jason over and say, we could probably get food that's probably don't have to pay for it.
I didn't have to pay for this.
You can get a whole meal, like a whole everything, not just the. Do you want a drink
Yeah,
and
sure.
maybe proper food?
What?
Full food and like
Full?
a sandwich. Do you want a
Tell you what,
hamburger?
food, like, it's hot.
Why don't you have a seat? I'm gonna order us. What kind of drinks do you like? What kind of drinks have you had?
Backwash.
I mean, I've tried some whiskey in a bottle that I found.
Did
It
you
was
like
good.
it? Okay,
Yeah, it
all
was-
right.
It was
I'll order-
brown.
Oh no. I'll order 2 whiskey sours, and then what passes for a burger and fries for Jason?
It's like so yeah, they serve all that to you, but you notice that the burger tastes a little different, and that's because it's made out of a different type of fish as opposed to an actual like burger, because they try to sort. They have like this. It's not just like a fish burger. It's like seriously like this weird patty that they made that's supposed to resemble beef, but it's made out of fish instead.
It's like the Impossible Burger, but just
But
a little
still
bit
not
different.
vegetarian.
But still somehow not great.
It's just them
I
using
don't notice.
assets that they have that they don't care about. Yeah.
I wouldn't even notice. I'm just,
Yeah.
but
It's
ooh,
just warm.
hot, fresh food. This is
Jason,
normal.
very, very much so. All right. The normal is an odd term, but you've been living in our apartment for how long now? A couple months?
Yeah,
A month and a
some
half?
months.
2 months?
months.
How long?
It's been
2
about
months?
like about a month exactly actually by this point
Ha-
almost.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Have you not had a decent meal?
Me and Rick find a lot of good stuff out back.
Oh. Jason, if you ever want something more like this, let me know. Because this is kind of an average eating situation. You don't have to eat out of the trash or scavenge your food. You have like a home.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna last. Gotta keep up my skills.
Oh.
At heart. It's a big ass. Peach.
Cue the flashback of everyone he ever knew has been murdered
Right.
somehow.
Oh.
Well, all right. You're not. All right. Permanency is not a thing that exists in this world. But while you have what you have, why not enjoy it while it's here? Company, you have people who care about your well-being to an extent. I don't know how much. Jed is interested in keeping you alive, I'm sure. That is his hobby. But people care about you. We wouldn't have invited you to Beacon Apartments if we didn't care. And that does include giving you decent food.
I thought you felt bad because you had guns shooting.
That is,
Part of it.
we felt bad about that, yes. But also, we haven't kicked you out in a month. So obviously, that may have been the inciting incident. But we enjoy having you around.
Oh, I like you guys too. It's, I just, it's been a rough time. Lots of time.
I can only imagine. Well, all right. As long as we are in Beacon Apartments, I can speak for myself. As long as I'm in Beacon Apartments, I want to make sure that you are taken care of. So that does include if you've never made food for yourself, that's absolutely fine. We will do it's you deserve something nice, whether that is a place to stay, which you have now, or food that is decent for someone of your physical being.
Yeah, I mean, it's convenient, and it was fully furnished from somebody else, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Gonna keep twisting knives.
Yeah, you're great at it, and I love it. I don't mean to pry into your past or into your past skills or anything like that, but how long have you been doing net running and things like that? Digging into information and whatnot.
A while. I got picked up on the streets, after pretty much lost everybody, and it's kind of like really guerrilla boot camp, and I just picked up a lot of skills from doing side jobs by side jobs, and eventually, we talked about, the one mission where we were able to use my old team's avatars. We were trying to find your friend, ended up being your friend, and then just stuff like that. At one point I found a group, and then things didn't end well, and I don't, it's hard to stay focused.
I'm sorry that you lost everyone. No one should have to go through that. In your time digging around, do you primarily stick to things like numbers, credit cards, things of that nature, or do you do digging in other things as well?
Well, whatever the job asks, I've had to dig up information on people, and my day-to-day just for myself was just taking cards, but occasionally there's a side job of somebody finding me, or worked with in the past, and locating people, setting up systems, putting up some defenses at the apartment. It's not new.
I have a very important question for you. Have you ever come across the names Cormac and Celeste?
I don't think so.
All right, well, if you do, could you tell me?
Sure, yeah. I mean, are there any other names maybe they go by?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, I can keep an eye out. There's not much, I did some browsing here already, and there's not much besides archives of this place and, just some information.
All right.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And if burgers are not to your liking, sushi is very good. It tastes a little bit more like fish than that thing smells. I don't know if you have.
Wait, is this not what a fresh burger is supposed to taste like?
Debatable. Debatable, but
It's better than any burger I've had.
I don't plan for any more deep conversations unless Jason brings anything up. I'm just gonna hang out. We'll drink. We'll eat actual food, real food. We'll all be sad. Me, myself, I'll be sad for this whole thing that happened. I'll eventually go to bed.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Sounds good. And Kels, did you want to do anything before bed, or did you go to bed early?
Kels was lulled to sleep by like the dry crying of Kip, who's like Kels is on the top bunk, Kip is on the bottom bunk, just silently
sitting there
sobbing.
looking at the ceiling, and just every so often, right as you're about to drift to sleep, just.
It's just that whole night.
You hear somebody else across the way just shut the fuck up.
Leave him alone.
Are you shut the fuck up? The whole room.
Go to sleep.
I'm trying to sleep, Eric. Ocean warfare in the morning.
Shut up and go to sleep.
With that, we fade to the next morning as you slowly hear everybody in the room yelling at each other.